Gadget Girl here on day 136, heading north from West Dover Road. Starting out with a bunny in the trail. The trail starts out in this pretty pasture field. It's like a gazebo over there. Pretty area. Early on, we've entered a wetland here, and I'm walking across some bog bridges. Nice little campsite here with enough space for 2 tents at least. About 9/10 of a mile into today's hike. You can probably squeeze 3 tents in here. Trails turn really nice. Walking through the woods. Nice wide path. Another nice campsite here, 1.8 miles into today's hike. Coming up to a little murky stream and another wetland area. And this one, it looks like it's gonna have a boardwalk through it. Birds out this morning. Nice little sitting area here, partway through with a couple benches. These grasses are taller than my head. You can definitely tell the difference between where the trail maintainers have been and trimmed these away from the boardwalk and where they haven't been trimmed, because they're leaning into the boardwalk where they haven't been trimmed. But at least they are trimmed on the one side, so it's still pretty easy to walk without having to brush against them. Another little sitting area here with some Adirondack style chairs. This says Swamp River Boardwalk, I think. Actually, this shows it a little better. It says Swamp River Boardwalk. I'm coming up to a railroad crossing here and getting ready to cross New York 22. This is the one, I believe, where the train station will take you into New York if you want to go. Actual train stop right on the Appalachian Trail. Yep, Metro North Railroad. And right here, it tells me I've got 7 miles to the Connecticut state line. You can camp half a mile south at Tony's Deli. Camp in their yard with electricity. There's apparently some Malaysian food nearby. So lots of services right here. Looks like maybe a small parking area over there. Kind of muddy, but enough for a couple cars to park comfortably. already happened, a Warrior Hike barbecue and a trail day. Follows the highway for just a little while and then turns off, I believe. The trail crosses here just before the parking area. Some fragrant flowers here. There's a morning glory in bloom. I think it's the Queen's Anne lace that I'm smelling, which is not quite fully in bloom. And there's a pretty little flower here that I don't know what it is. I'm crossing Herd's Corner Road here and going into a pasture field. Some beautiful blooms in there. A really cool old silo. There's an old barn and shed over there. Looks like they're no longer used. Came up through a couple of fields and now we're walking on another. All of them did require climbing styles. It's a pretty morning. Sun's already getting warm though. We're entering Pauling Nature Reserve. Trail takes a right turn here. Trail gets pretty overgrown here through the nature preserve. It's a campsite with room for a couple tents here. About 4.2 miles in at the top of one of my 2 larger climbs for the day. Glad to have gotten that one out of the way. I'm at the intersection of a trail junction. It's not specified what trail it is, but it does follow the Appalachian Trail, at least for a little ways. And coming up to some bog bridges right there near that intersection. Little stream here. Not super clear looking, but it's got a sandy bottom. Probably you could use the water. There's another small stream, 7.5 miles into today's hike. Got a rock hop across it and continue. Lots of raspberries here today, getting ripe. Both sides of the trail. I'm coming up on Leather Hill Road. I know this because somebody put a nice sign up there. Person might be able to squeeze a couple cars up there off the road to park. Not a great place though. There is a survey marker right here. Some interesting fungus growing on this tree, like little spines. I've come to the Wiley shelter. Nice little shelter here. Says it was established in 1940. Has a pretty cool stone fireplace in front of it. And a picnic table over there. There's also a tent platform further over there. On this side of this shelter, there's a collection of tools, including a set of crutches. Here at the shelter, there's also a little free library sponsored by, I guess, Dover Plains Library. It says no food, please, because of the bears. There's also another tent platform right across from the library. There's an old pump here that appears to be not usable. Parts of it are missing, I believe. There is a cistern here that contains water. There's a pail here you can dip it with. And there's a warning sign over here that says it contains coliform bacteria to filter or disinfect prior to consumption. I'm crossing Dual Hollow Road here. Trail goes right back into the woods pretty much. Nice stream here, about 8.5 miles into today's hike. Okay, there's a big stream here. Have to cross it. Looks like there used to be a bridge. There is a rope. I suppose when it's rained more and it's rushing hard, people need to use the rope. Looks like it could be a little bit harder than the normal one, but we'll get across it. Rosie and I have made it to the border of Connecticut. More trail angels leaving water. Very much appreciated. Especially because they have closed down wells in this area. They say that they cannot be assured of keeping them to safe drinking standards. Right here's a little flyer on it. Closed 9 wells actually. Said it was determined it would not be currently possible to maintain these wells to safe drinking water standards. Please plan to use alternative water sources in the area. So instead of getting your water from a well and treating it, now you have to hope that there's a creek that has water in it and try to filter it, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It seems to me like the well water would be at least as safe as the water in the stream, but strange things happen when the government is involved. And here's another Connecticut sign. There is a stream here. The sign nearby says it is the last water until the 10-mile river shelter. Cross it here on these rocks. And up more rocks. Okay, I'm sweating like crazy. I just made it to the top of my final big climb for the day. Got 2.5 miles left to go to get to the car. It's really hot. It's almost 90. And very humid. So pretty much feeling it. Crossing a large bridge here over the 10-mile river. Ned Anderson Memorial Bridge.